Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I have a very special video, something very close to my heart. A very basic card project which is practically how I began my journey of card making. 3 years of being a card maker, I have used many fancy techniques and designs, used multiple stamps and dies, embossing folders, layering, coloring, ink blending. But before I even knew how to use some basic stamps, all I had were little stickers that I would buy from my local craft store. I would stick them onto some printer paper and turn them into a birthday card, anniversary card, or even a thank you card. Today I'm going back to the basics. I'm using some Dollar Tree stickers here. Only this time I will be using some of the more fancy techniques that I learned over the years. I have some heat embossing, metallic watercoloring, and some fun backgrounds. All of these, and I mass produce a bunch of birthday cards here. But before we get started, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a video. First, let's take a look at the butterfly stickers I found at my local dollar store. These are beautiful 3D stickers perfect for card making. These can also be used as wall art stickers. Well, I was just going to create one card today, but it turned out so beautiful that I thought, why not mass produce these cards and send them out as gift packs to someone. I'm using very minimal supplies for my project today. Along with these stickers, I will be using the Happy Birthday sentiment from this Cozy Wishes stamp set by Simon Says Stamp. The fun part about these stickers are that you could turn these into any occasion cards. Let's take a look at the birthday card that I created. I love this huge blue butterfly which is the focal point on our card, and this big happy birthday sentiment which I heat embossed using black embossing powder. I will be mass producing this card using the remaining 3 butterflies that were part of the sticker packet. Here you will see I also created a metallic border panel to go inside our card. This one here is very similar to what I created for our front panel. To create a bunch of these cards, first I took 3 sheets of 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock panel and stamped the happy birthday sentiment using Versamark ink. Then I used black embossing powder over the stamped sentiment and heat fixed it using my heat tool. You could also use some black pigment ink and clear embossing powder over it, or just stamp the sentiment using some black ink. Here, I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Positively Everything tool to protect my craft mat. This silicone tool not only holds my ink pads in place, but is also heat resistant. The heat from the heat gun will not harm it in any way. Once I have heat embossed the sentiments on all the 3 panels, I went ahead and added a metallic border all around the panels using my metallic watercolor palette. For all our cards today, I am using the metallic bronze shade. I did go around each edge 2 times to give it a more saturated color. After creating the border, I used the same bronze color and diluted it with a lot more water, and using my paintbrush and a pencil, I flickered the color all over my panel. This created a beautiful background. I was not worried about the pattern of the flicker, nor was I worried about the size of each of those drops here. I was going for a more random and natural look. Watercoloring was the only process that took a lot of time. I had to wait for the colors to dry completely before I went ahead and continued with the further steps. Until our panels dry, let's work on the butterflies. You will see that these butterflies have a piece of sponge in between the 2 layers and also one on the back of the butterfly. This gives them a lot more dimension and helps the butterfly to wiggle a little. I wanted to go for a more flatter look since that would also make it easy for me to mail out the cards. So what I'm doing here is removing the sponge pieces very carefully, making sure that I don't damage the butterflies, and I used a thin strip of foam tape between the two pieces of butterfly and added a thicker strip of foam tape on the back. I did the same for all of my butterflies here. Now that our butterflies are ready and the background panels are completely dry, all we have to do is assemble them and turn them into beautiful cards. I peeled the foam tape backing and added some Simon's stamp craft tacky glue onto the foam tape. This will give me some wiggle room for my butterflies before I stick them onto the background panel. And here you see my front panels are all ready to be stuck onto some pre-folded card bases. I stuck these panels onto A2 size card bases using strong double-sided tape. For two of my cards, I am using top folded card bases, and for the other two, I am using side folded card bases. Here's a look at all the cards that I created today. I love how simple these were to create and how beautiful they turned out. The foam tape on the butterflies gives them enough dimension, and it still looks three-dimensional even though I took out the little sponge pieces. Well, it is always good to go back to the basics. This project reminded me a lot about my early days of card making, where I had zero knowledge but 100% intentions of being creative. I had so much fun creating these cards. I hope you had fun too watching today's video and got inspired. Tag me on my Instagram at rp_shutterbug with fun pictures of your projects. Also, mention your thoughts about today's video and some card ideas and techniques that you would like to see in the future videos in the comment section below. Thanks again for joining me today. I would love for you to become a subscriber to my channel, and if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple of other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks again so much for being here with me today. See you in my next video. Until then, stay safe.